you guys got into it?
Sure. I was working at Warner Brothers producing 200 Looney Tunes shorts for Max, and at that time, they're on Max, and we were I was asked to pitch an idea for a long form for a movie with Looney Tunes, and so I went away, thought about it for a little bit, and I came back and pitched basically the concept and put together a sort of pitch for this movie, the day the Earth blew up. My pitch was I want to make an Ed Wood Looney Tunes movie. I wanted to make a sort of a 50s sci, and then usually you go, well, Ed Wood and Looney Tunes, I don't know, but I just wanted to do a genre sort of sci-fi, sort of comedy, lampooning. And I wanted Porky and Daffy particularly because they, in the old shorts, they played a lot of roles like Duck Dodgers or Deduce You Say, where they played detectives, or Rocket Squad, or so I knew they could play that type of role. I wanted to do it like a Abbott Costello meets Frankenstein type of vibe.
What was the thinking behind the bubble gum? So, like, what kind of thought process went through that? What was the genesis?
I was writing with one of the head of stories on the film, David Gimmel, and we were just having a private Zoom about sort of generating ideas for the film and just spitballing. And I don't remember exactly how it came up, but I remember we landed on, we were looking for something to sort of spread this aliens takeover, right? And we were like, what's a funny way or a clever way? And gum came up, and gum is an awesome thing in the world because it's funny. Bubblegum's sort of inherently funny. You can do a lot of stuff with it. You can stretch it, you can blow it to bubbles, you can stick it to something, it comes in different shapes and forms and packages and all that stuff. And it just stuck literally. And it was really turned out to work really well in the story.
What was your favorite part about making it, to both of you? What was your favorite part about making it?
Oh, I mean, anytime you get a chance to, I like to call it the put on the superhero cape or the Santa suit with these characters, is always a treat. Especially when you're going through U.S. customs from Canada. There's no better way to get through U.S. customs than in Daffy's voice. I could be smuggling anything into the country, and if I just do this, I'm a free man. But yeah, getting to do this in their very first feature film, I mean, that alone is one for the history books. Getting to have worked with Pete and the gang previous on Looney Tunes cartoons is amazing because usually when you start something like this, you may have to train people from scratch. But they had already been working with these characters for several years, as including myself. So really, what you're seeing is the best of all their training and all they've ever done for the previous years. And why I think the movie looks so great than most other 2D films that are hitting the screens now.
It does look great. Aesthetically, what was that? And maybe there's a piece of Looney Tunes history that I didn't pick up on, but was the Farmer Jim portion of it at the very beginning, was that kind of like a nod to old celluloid?
Yes, definitely that. The origins of Farmer Jim is that there's a classic Looney Tunes short directed by Chuck Jones called Old Glory, and it stars Porky Pig, and Porky Pig actually meets Uncle Sam in that cartoon. And because of budgetary restraints back in the day, they did a technique in animation called rotoscoping, which is where they'll film a live action actor and then frame by frame trace over it and turn it into a drawing. And it kind of gives you kind of this kind of odd vibe to the animation, and Disney used that technique in the golden age, and most studios did. So I always thought I liked kind of the odd and strange. So I thought it would be a fun way when we knew we had to have this human fatherly figure in there to sort of do it that way. Because of our budgetary restraints at the studio at the time, we were able to do rotoscope. I actually wanted to do traditional rotoscope. So the living sort of painting was the next best thing, and we kind of did a combo and some moving elements and stuff like that. But yeah, really proud of Farmer Jim and how it turned out.
He's the new breakout Looney Tunes character. Yeah,
that was a fun little element. Eric, is it tough, recording a movie, a 90-minute movie, kind of with both voices? How do you do that as an actor?
Oh man, I don't have abs, but my neck does. That's how much muscle use I from this film I developed, especially during that scene in the film where, at the end, Daffy's going woohoo, 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 woohoo. Each and every one of those was it's a brand new one, and I begged these guys, please.
No
There's a
reprinting.
there's
You
a
didn't
thing called
reprint.
copy and
Yeah.
paste, and it would save me a lot of mileage. But they went, nope, it's got to be from scratch because it evolves. And I think the first time I saw it was a few storyboard poses, and then I saw the layouts, then I saw rough animation, then I saw lock picture, and I can understand why, because it got better and better. And you don't want to cheap out on good animation when it's when the goalposts are set for you. So
Pain is temporary. Animation is forever.
yeah,
Right.
no one will know that I had tears rolling down my face when I did that. But my kid needs braces, so you
Speaking of kids, one of my son's question was, will there be a sequel? I don't know if you guys can talk about that.
well,
We'll have to ask Mr. Warner, at Warner Brothers. No, there's no plans at the moment of any sequel, but I would love to. It'd be wonderful. It's wonderful to do anything Looney Tunes. It's a dream come true as an animator and as a filmmaker.
As for people watching this movie, what do you want them to take away?
that 2D characters, 2D animation is a real thing, and it can be done in this day and age where we're drowning in CG, and that. I mean, the Looney Tunes it's a different animal than your average Disney cartoon. It's kind of a bit more gritty. I mean, this is not a rated G movie; it's a PG movie. It gives you as many laughs as it does a few thrills and chills. There's some pretty scary moments with the bubblegum monster, but it's one of those things that I think it's almost like a joke on the schoolyard that you might tell someone and you're kind of getting away with something. That's always been the Looney Tunes kind of sense of humor, and I think why I like these guys more than other cartoons out there. And I think again, given today's climate of just getting these smaller, low budget, almost independent animation projects to the screen, to any screen, and to anyone willing to watch is an accomplishment. And I hope that it's one of those things that people watch and really tell their friends about to check it out as well.
For me, it would be I hope people get to escape and realize that this everything doesn't have to make sense for it to be entertaining, and animation and cartoons are its sort of own film language, and the art of impossible. I always think of animation and cartoons as the art of the impossible, and I love that type of humor, and I think we need more of it, more of sort of the sort of wild, zany, sort of slapstick and surreal humor in the world.